Hi, Data Nation. It's Lena and Holly here.
Hello.
You. We also call you Data Bites. So, but we enjoy talking to our community and getting to know what your needs are. And today we have a great topic for you guys that we want to discuss and see what your thoughts are and how you feel. What are we talking about today, Holly?
All right. So, talking about autonomous vehicles, what are our thoughts? All right. So, my husband is really like into this. He loves the thought of the Uber not having to have anyone drive it, blah blah. I personally hate it, hate the idea, don't want it. Um, but I know that autonomous vehicles they have their use, and there are people who want to use them, and I think that they can be used in some pretty good ways. But autonomous vehicles, basically, there are different levels of how much the car can or cannot do without a driver. So I think, when I think about autonomous vehicles, I'm thinking about the ones with like literally no driver, like maybe the little Amazon delivery things, like they go around zero driver, no one's in there, and no real oversight from, they're just doing their thing. Um, but there's also like if you have a Tesla and there are certain things that you can ask the car to do without your help while you're in the car. So you can be in the car and give a little bit of guidance or whatever if need be or in an emergency, but the car can drive in certain situations on its own. There's also cars that say if you're driving and you have full control of the vehicle, but you've been in a car where if you get too close to the line, it's getting you back and you get in your lane. Get in your lane. Like it's gonna help you out. It's gonna kind of switch on that kind of autonomous um maneuvering on its own if it feels like you're not driving in a safe way. um so I personally don't like any of those examples, but Lena, what do you think about those examples?
Well, I mean, whether we like it or not, it is here, guys. If
Yeah.
you have a vehicle that's 2020 and older, I mean, newer,
Hmm, hmm.
20 and up, it really is a lot of AVs. A lot
Yeah.
of it, listen, my car has some stuff on it. I had to turn it off. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
Because it'll beep, 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 beep. Stop, stop. You drive me crazy. But just so they're in our cars now. They're in our cars, and there's really nothing we can do about it because once they started testing on these things and it started improving the driving, they said, let's go. And I
Yeah.
feel like there's going to be more and more of that. Many of us don't even know what AVs, how they operate.
Yeah.
The sensors, right? You got the sensors. That is everything from GPS to ultra sonic sensors, radar, you name it. You got it.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
As a
Auntie.
coworker. Okay. Not to mention artificial intelligence and machine learning is involved now. Okay. So there's a lot of data that comes from doing this type of work with AVs, right? And so a lot of people are so concerned, oh, well, artificial intelligence is going to take our jobs. It's going to make it hard for us and we can't do anything. But guess what? Someone has to manage these things in these machines. So that's where your job placement will come from, your knowledge and your ability to work in this environment. There's more AV cars than ever. That means we need more data analysts. That means we need more people who can do data science. That means we need more people available who are good with AI. And that could be you. That really could be you. So,
Yeah.
instead of us doing this whole, oh my goodness, what are we going to do next? Everything's changing. Let's change with it, guys. Let's move with it, guys, because this is real. So,
Yeah.
artificial intelligence has a lot to do with object recognition. So, a lot of us have that now in our cars.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep. That beep, 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 beep is letting you know there's a car, like you said, coming, or
Hmm.
you're close, or you're off to the side, or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be. And while we hate
With
it,
the backup cameras.
right, backup cameras. Even I don't know if you notice in your peripheral, you can see the little lights that go on when people pass you.
Yeah.
That too is AI driven. And
Yeah.
so, it's a little bit harder to fix our own cars now. But if you can, this is maybe a field you need to go into because if you know anything about data, that's all this is data related information that's been passed down through AI. Now we
I
talked a lot
remember.
about AI. Would you
When
say?
I had I re- when I was in graduate school, I had like a 2005 Mitsubishi, and I thought it was great. Zero frills, okay, just a little automatic car. It just drives, and that's it. Okay, I thought that was great, right? And so it was time, but then it was time to get a new car, and my husband was looking for one. And he's like, yeah, we're gonna get one. It's gonna do this and it's gonna do that, and you're gonna have a computer here. And I was like, I don't want no computers in the car. Okay, I don't want. I just want to drive the car. I want to. And he was like, Holly, they don't make cars like that anymore. And I think that we're getting to that point
We're getting
where, as much as I'm like, no, I just want to drive. I want to have full control over my driving and this and that. They're not going to be making no cars like that anymore unless you're going and getting yourself a classic car, which very soon a classic car will be like a 2005. Okay. uh Unless you're doing that, there will be some sort of automatic something going on in your car will have a computer in there, your car will be doing some sort of autonomous tasks on its own. And I mean, like you just talked about a backup camera. Yeah, I got one. And I rely on the backup camera. I enjoy the backup camera to let me know, oh, your child's scooter is in the back. Oh, you're too close to this person's tail light, whatever. But like you said, like at some point, it's everywhere. It's gonna be there, and you just kind of gonna have to make a decision on how much of it am I going to be utilizing.
And that's interesting too because connectivity is also a thing now with our
Mhm.
cars.
Yeah,
AirPlay, y'all know y'all got that. Don't play with me. It's another AI invention. Like we're
yeah,
being clear about it.
yeah.
As a person who cannot stand, I listen. I had a stick shift, so you already know where I'm at on this. Okay, but with that being said, decision making is a big deal in terms of AI systems in cars now. You don't know it, but it's making decisions for you already.
Yeah, yeah.
It's how many people depend on Google Maps or Apple.
Hmm.
That's another, guys, we are here. Okay. So we can act like we're not here, but we are here. Now there are levels to the autonomy of these cars. There's a zero level with no automation, which if you have a stick shift, you may be there.
Right.
Your car might be in that number. But level one is where drivers assist in that.
Hmm.
And features adapt to like cruise control. We've had cruise control for how many years, guys? Let's not do this.
Yeah.
That too is a part of this. Level two, again, partially, you're not really, you're still driving. You're still in control of your vehicle. Level three is when the conditions begin to be more automated. It can handle driving tasks. It can be like a human intervention type style, which is what's happening in most of our cars now. It
Yeah.
will let you know you're not on the right,
Yeah.
make a noise or something to let you know that you're not, or movement even. That vibration gets on my nerves. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, bottom line is that's where we are. We're really on level three in most cars. No, level four is where it's highly automated.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're operating it, but you're not really. I saw someone with their hands like this the other day driving, and I was going, guys,
Oh my God.
so uncomfortable. It's just that automatic thought that, oh my God, they were just kicking it. I was like, wait, what? So that's four. There is the level five automation, which I don't think we're here all the way yet. We're getting there. And this is where the vehicle does everything. Now, there are still, again, Google that goes around and has those little bots on the top. They do that,
Yeah.
but we're not quite there with the cars yet. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because your friend, I'm not gonna mention his name because I don't need to be flagged. But let me just put it this way: some people were getting decapitated because we were putting this thing out too early. I said it, guys. If we're not ready, we're not ready. Like, what? Why would you do this before it's time? Let's do some more testing.
But there are like, and sometimes I have a problem with the fact that sometimes the technology is there, and instead of making small steps towards improving or making things more efficient, we want to do a huge jump because airplanes have been flying autonomously for
Yes, talk about
How
it
long, right?
for 10
But
years or
because the technology maybe doesn't look the way we want it to look on a car, then
more.
we're like, let's just put a few cameras around it. No, that's not good enough. It's not good enough. And we see then what happens. We try to move a little bit too fast. But I think, like you're saying, the technology is there. There are ways to do it. And, I think that, over time, it just takes time, I think, so, I'm saying that no, I don't want these things. Okay, of course, I'm gonna have to use it. I'm gonna have to do it. And it's probably going to be one of those things where I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then I'm going to have no choice because all the cars do it. And then I'm be like, you know what? I haven't had to think about driving in a good 3 years. And it's great. But I will be waiting on, the fourth, fifth, sixth generation to make sure that all the kinks are worked out.
Now I say all that now, but let me tell you something. Y'all get these kinks worked out. I have a whole 12-year-old right now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
That means he gonna be driving in how many years? Y'all with me? Okay. I
mm-hmm.
can't wait. Please drive for that man.
Yes.
Please drive for my baby. I'm concerned. Not every
Yeah.
I'm like, how my baby gonna drive in these conditions? But I'm hoping, but in 4 years ish,
Mhm.
it will have some more improvement so he can be on the road, and I feel better about it.
Yeah.
Because
Mm.
as it stands right now at 12,
Mm.
you're nervous. But I mean, like again, as a parent, that's a whole different ramification. Especially we're speeding around these places with these big old hunks of ton of metal.
Yeah, man.
And these accident rates are still bad, guys. So I'm here from some improvement and some help in that regard. But anyway, we're not going to talk your head off about these things. We do like and enjoy discussing this stuff. So if you have something you want us to discuss or dissect and talk about it, we will be happy to give you some tea, some data tea. We are available for community groups and things like that. We like to discuss things. We do so live on Fridays. Holly, you want to give them our handle so they know how to contact us and get with us?
Yes, you can find us at the Data Girls, THEE Data Girls, on Instagram and TikTok. And we are looking forward to communicating with you all and connecting with you all. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to send us a message or to leave a comment on one of the lives or on this post. Please feel free to also follow us so that you'll know when we post the next podcast episode and when we do our next live. And we will connect with you all soon.
See you soon. Bye bye.